Hello and welcome back to JomezPro's coverage of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. This is round one, back nine from the Memorial Championship presented by Discraft in Fountain Hills, Arizona. We've got a great card. We've got a great commentary team. It's Big Sexy, Nate Sexton, and Jeremy Colling.
And we had some really good scores in the front nine from Drew Gibson and Adam Hammis. Simon was kind of struggling early, but he picked it up late. James Conrad is not loving the front nine, but the back nine is all about scoring opportunities. You can birdie all 9 holes in the back nine and salvage a very decent round. And for the other guys, they shoot 9 down the back, and we're talking about smoking hot starts to this tournament.
And look at that top 10. If you're not birdieing, you're getting out of here quick. Everybody is just laying it down right now. Brand new hole on the 10th. Again, some new construction in the park, forcing the move of the tee pad. OB line flagged there on the right. OB planter area long. This one is 338, slightly uphill. Forehand a great play. Turnover also viable. A little bit of a right finisher.
And Drew going with another buzz here, going buzz turnover. And that one is pretty close. I think he's going to like it. Simon also really pushing the ceiling there for the big flex shot. That's really drifting right, but getting a little fade in at the end. Mere 25 feet left for the birdie. Adam, I believe he's going with a force.
A little bit wide, but swinging nice.
Yeah, nice and overstable there. That's skipping up there to 26 feet. James Conrad going with the T-bird here. And he goes the high, big anti-flex as well. That's drifting back. That's looking really nice.
Base run. Oh, did it catch a little piece?
Yes, a little bit of metal off the top there. James Conrad.
Okay, he's back.
He's back, folks. Yeah.
Let's see that one more time.
He is just the master of getting us super excited, but not quite delivering the ace. We could almost make a compilation video of just James Conrad ace runs.
It'd be too long. Great putt.
And we've already done that for Adam Hammis's putting game. So, James, a couple more of those, and you might be onto something here, buddy. And this card is looking like real starry right now. Drew's birdie streak technically came to an end with the par on hole 9, but really that's more of like a party. We call it halfway between par and birdie, and if you consider that a party, like I do, he's basically birdied the last 9 holes.
Agreed. Hole 11, par 3, 368. This one just has a very slight tee pad change. So slight, in fact, that I didn't even notice on my first practice round, but it's a little bit shorter than it used to be and also a little bit more to the right. So this hole playing maybe just slightly easier than years past, but still very well guarded by these 2 palm trees. There are some angles on this green that you just are hating. Yeah. And you have almost no opportunity to get the disc into the basket.
Well, the biggest change, I think, with this tee pad going to the right side of the tree is that the wide hyzer flip-up play is gone. If you want to attack this, you have to go ante or just straight at it. And Drew throws a buzz again, and he is in the circle, but that is going to be a very tough putt with that palm on the early side, covering at least half the basket. And Simon getting a little bit too much turn on this one. He's going to be in a similar spot to Drew, but just further up the hill. Actually, quite a bit further. That's going to be a really tough putt as well. But this change really did make a big difference, I felt like, for the forehand. It just, something about it felt easier when we were practicing, when we practiced together, and neither one of us noticed that it was in a different place. It was just so close.
That was a great shot.
James going with the MD4. And this is tracking nicely back towards to the right.
Oh, yes.
And he is going to be left with 15 feet of pure trickiness.
Yeah. But should be fine from that range.
Really? So, wow, Simon, very aggressive. That is just, I guess, not that unusual to see, but very scary.
This is a heat check for Drew. Double thumbs up.
That's a hard putt to run. I mean, you can run it, but to get it to hyzer around so delicately, oh my gosh, cut.
Delicately is the word he was looking for.
No, that's not the word. I was going to say delicacy.
Oh, okay, great. Adam a little low on his birdie look. Simon saves par.
That's a good save.
I thought Adam had gotten closer from the catch cam angle. I didn't think he was.
He caught that first palm tree.
Okay, I must have blinked.
You can't blink.
Wow, this is so much tougher than I thought. You were right, Big.
Oh, boy. I thought he'd have the hyzer look, but man, James, yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Boy.
No birdies, right?
Not a single birdie on this card.
That is rare.
And some tricky putts, but good par save from Simon, and Drew gave us a little bit of the thumbs up action. That's cool.
Hole 12, par 3, 293, elevated basket, OB path, wrapping around the basket there. Big hyzer is a play you can go with around the palm, or you can go kind of flat to finish between the palm and the bushy tree. Even a forehand down the left side is viable. Really any shot you want. Short hole. The tricky part of it, that tall basket and that little downhill kind of false front to the green that can leave you 50 short if you don't throw it quite hard enough.
So many different ways to play this hole. It's only 295 feet, yet the options really do seem endless. Drew, I believe that's the Legacy Recluse again.
And that seems like the best option.
Yeah, parking it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that option.
And here's that wider hyzer.
That's nice, just getting around the palm tree ever so slightly, skipping up to the green.
Fantastic.
That's a great option. Adam going with a wide hyzer as well. This looks nice. Love it. All about speed control coming in on that hyzer. Is James going straight at? Oh, he's going the slight right route. And that looks nice as well. Maybe a little box action, just missed it.
Wow, everybody just perfect there.
Mm-hmm. And look at Simon's last 9 holes now. After that par double bogey start.
Pretty distant memory now.
Yeah, it certainly is. He's 5 under par and looking to keep that hot streak going. James is a couple under par now.
What I'm most excited about this season is just to play. I was playing 40, 30 tournaments a year for 12 years, and then that came to a complete halt. The most important thing I've learned is just have a little bit more patience. With patience comes more success.
And that's a star frame, and that means $25 donation to the Educational Disc Golf Experience. Thanks to our players and to Jomez for making that possible. I think we might see another one pretty quickly here. As hole 13, just
so.
268, par 3, going back uphill. Very simple hyzer. Again, kind of on this little rise, so if you miss your angle or you miss your line a little, there is the possibility to come up short or to skip long. But I think these guys are going to be throwing darts here, just kind of getting right up there to the basket with that spike angle.
Firebird for Drew Gibson.
And
checking up.
Yeah.
I think he's got himself a birdie. The only thing that could stop him is if the cage blocks his shot. But that's it. That's the only thing that stops him. Simon with a spike.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
That was pretty weird, but he's still very close to the basket.
be one of those situations when you get up to the green and you're like, how on earth did that happen? How did I get 15 feet past the basket hitting the front side of the box? Okay. There's the new CTP. And James with the MD4.
They're calling go in.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was super close.
James up first. Great putt.
And that star frame is looking real likely now.
Wow. Yeah, we here at Jomez, I would say we love charity as much, if not likely a little more than the next guy, but it sure is expensive filming a course like this.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Because these guys are stacking them up.
And it's only going to get worse on our feature group the next day, I imagine.
Worse kind of means better, though. It's, there's another $25 helping grow the game.
I meant worse as they're not going to do as well as these guys. They're not going to give as much money to charity. And it's sad, We want to see that money go to the kids.
Hole 14, par 3, downhill 375. This one has the OB path on the left side, so you have to watch your angles as you come into the green and don't take that big skip. Also, an extremely obstructed putt if you are long right.
Drew going for a buzz once again. He's really been leaning on that heavily today, and this needs the hyzer quick and get down to the ground, or hit the bush and just drop. That was fading well to the left, and he now has a tap in.
And you're really going to say bush there. That's a big bush.
And, well, when you're a big guy.
That's true. It all looks like just a little shrub.
Simon, he's close enough. He should be fine, but, being on the backside there is daunting. Doesn't really matter how close you get to the pin. There's going to be several obstacles in the way.
Yeah, it could be something similar to what we saw from James a few holes ago, where he's very close but has to go to a knee or really contort himself to get that open line.
And Adam as well is going to be dealing with a little bit of a tricky putt, but he's got that one spot where he might actually have a pretty good window. James also lining up the mid-range here with another MD4. A disc he's loved for years. Just throw it straight at it. A little bit of drift to the right. And that is just beautiful. It needs to sit down, though, before it gets too far. Yeah.
That's a nice shot.
And if you're going to miss and come up 25 to 28 feet short anywhere, this is where you want to be. Oh, he's actually outside the circle, a little bit further away than it looked from the tee. And just off the left side chains. Oh, even with a little bit of shrubbery, Adam is in the basket for a nice birdie. This event is always so fun for multiple reasons. I think that the sprint-style format of disc golf definitely has its place anywhere in the sport, as long as the course is beautiful like Fountain Hills is. Mm-hmm. But it's also great because if you didn't go to Vegas the week before, it's just a chance to see your touring buddies that you haven't seen in 4 or 5 months. And not seeing friends for 4 or 5 months means a lot of new hairstyles. And we've got a couple of them on this card with Adam growing out the locks and Drew going with the faux hawk.
Hole 15, par 3, 426. And it's kind of some open holes here to finish. So that's a treat for us because we've got 4 purebred power guys here. They got their papers in order. Simon's got all his vaccines. These guys, absolute rippers.
Oh boy. And I believe Drew's going to PD2. Hanging it high and wide. He's calling down. Sometimes you hit the ground and run a little bit, and then you are behind the backside palms, and that putt gets really interesting from there, but that should be fine for Drew.
Yeah, so important to know the greens here and not just kind of blindly throw in there, because there are some angles that just you hate from 20 feet. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to play it that precise at a 426-foot range, but if anybody can do it, it's these guys because they're honestly not even approaching 100% power
Oh,
here.
yeah. This is like a 45% power, I think, for these drivers. It's just all about angle control. Adam going with the Z-Force. That's coming up short and to the left, but there shouldn't be any tree in the way from there. And
Oh, yeah, they say that's perfect.
yeah, that does look really nice. Oh, and he's pushing long. Oof, I think that may be a challenging putt for James.
Adam kicks out the right side.
Great effort, just didn't quite hyzer enough.
And James, the palms playing a huge factor there.
Simon with an open look here.
Wow.
What stopped him?
Sounded like maybe a barroom brawl.
And look at that, just resets.
And look at him. He's one shot behind Adam. Relentless.
I mean, you can never count Simon out on this course. He just does too well on these hyzer courses. His putting game is strong. He obviously was incredibly active during the offseason with his vlogging and just staying motivated. And that was what kept him going. If he doesn't do something like that, he can get a bit lazy and self-admittedly.
Yeah.
And so I definitely expect big things from Simon at the start of the season.
I loved Simon's vlogs. I'm
Oh,
not
they're
going to say
great.
I watched them all, but the ones I watched, they were fun.
Yeah,
Check them out.
I definitely would agree with that. It was fun entertainment for me during the off season, just seeing all the silly things he was doing, the trick shots and the fan meets and all that. It was great.
Hole 16, par 3, 327 feet with a mandatory on this palm, so you have to go to the right to keep you away from the tee of the previous hole. Really a short hole, nothing in the way. These guys are going to go with a high hyzer and just try to stick it on the green.
Drew going with the Firebird here. And, I mean, look at this round from Drew Gibson. He is about to tap in 13 under. Only 3 pars so far this entire round. I mean, he's kind of doing it fairly quietly.
And that's how this course is. I mean, it's open. When the wind is down, a player with his kind of arm talent and putting confidence, it's not going to look spectacular. It's going to be spectacular, but he's going to make it look pretty pedestrian, just throwing those big spike hyzers, going right onto the green. He's really playing fantastic.
Adam get a little skip and roll up the hill, but that should still net a birdie for the young player from Wisconsin. And James going with the MD4 again. This one's just in a bit left and just getting that little bit extra run. If that had been a foot higher, that thing would have probably been 40 feet left. Circle's edge, James off right.
He just hasn't been operating at his normal efficiency from that kind of 28 to 35 range. You can usually pretty much count it. Early season, I know he just came back from a eventful trip in Asia, touring there, so shaking some of the rust off still, and I expect he'll be in the mix come Sunday.
Dead center on that one. A little graphic popped up for the 2020 trading cards, and just saw mine from last season yesterday. Or I guess it is from this season.
Yeah, sure.
They're sweet. I mean, I don't know who... I used to collect basketball cards, so I was a big card collector. I mean, if you guys are collecting cards, you guys got to get them, because they're pretty cool.
Hole 17, par 3, downhill, 468 feet, but not quite playing that long. For these guys, it's just going to be a simple hyzer. Swing it up high and just try to get that skip correct. You've got a lot of standing water down here on the green, which I think, if anything, probably makes the hole easier. It might make your feet, wetter.
Yeah,
but it's not going to skip out of there like it might on a really dry day.
It's dried up a little bit since that the drone flight here, but it's still a little bit of puddles on the left side. And Drew, of course, going with a buzz on this one.
Yeah, that's a nice shot. I threw a Sonic myself, but he goes with buzz and he gets up there on the green.
Yeah, but you took a 4 on the hole, so.
Yeah, but I still had the guts to go Sonic, so.
Simon going with a little bit more traditional hyzer play with the driver, but
so good.
yeah. Awesome.
Both great shots.
I can honestly say, though, I've never seen a mid-range even thought of or thrown in this hole. And Drew is just a little bit long.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And I think this hole, just being so much airspace, what an advantage it is to be Adam after you just saw Simon's. Mm-hmm. You get a read on the skip. You get a read on the wind. I think a lot of holes that doesn't matter that much, but this hole is nothing but air. And it's just about deciding how wide and how high is this thing need to be for it to jump one time and be close to the basket. So I think seeing a great shot in front of you, super, super good.
James not quite the same type of hyzer thrower. He's more of that direct flex line and can't quite read the same way that Adam was able to, and he's going to be way left. A long effort for birdies, just a bit right. Drew Gibson, ladies and gentlemen, this man is on a mission. 14 under par. Just playing one of the best rounds I'm sure he's ever played. Just
I mean,
so simple.
Certainly approaching 1100 here. I mean, possibly.
Yeah. Ratings of this course have always seemed to be a bit generous, but you know, if you shoot something in that low range like there, I think you deserve something real high.
I mean, it's just how the math works. Out of bounds is a really powerful course design tool. Mm-hmm. You got a lot of strokes being taken by the field without any advancement or very limited advancement towards the basket. So it's gonna, if you can stay in bounds and make birdies, the rating is gonna be fantastic.
Speaking of out of bounds, it is all over this hole. And Drew, I think I've seen a mid-range stone at this hole, but not very often. This one plays far, and Drew's going with the buzz here.
400 feet straight. This is going pretty hard right.
Drifting right. It's sliding.
That looked like an OB slide to me.
That is out of bounds. Drew making his first mistake of the round, really. That is going to be a decision time for him, looking down the basket from like 50 feet for the par.
I mean, does he even have a decision, or is he forced to lay that up?
Get down! Get down!
Oh Simon.
Yeah, reverse bounce. That's about having the power to throw that angle so high.
It's just coming down vertical.
The thing is not going to skip towards the water.
Adam flexing a force, really trusting the wide hyzer. Coming in nicely, just right at circle's edge.
Nice shot. Get off the tree.
Oh, yeah. That is so nice.
Wow.
And James is going to have a tap in on the tough hole 18 to finish a very unsavory round.
I think Drew is running this.
Oh my
no
goodness. Wow, Drew Gibson just not saying, what is this?
What a round. Saves the par.
Uh-oh, he's pulling the arrow out from the quiver.
Oh, Albert Tam. Over the pond and into an Estonian heart.
Oh, wow. Impressive. Adam off left, and man, he was so close. It's not that embarrassing, Adam. You just shot 11 under. But I mean, he was right there knocking on the door of a 14, 15 under himself, just barely missing a few putts.
Also, in my life anyway, I find it's much harder to get embarrassed at my current age.
Yeah, sure.
And when I was Adam's age, man, was that easy. But yeah, it's a little tougher now.
Look at Simon's round coming in at 11 under par, only 1 par on the back 9.
He's a fighter.
He is more than a fighter. He's a warrior.
Thank you guys so much. Round 1. Let's see those fire emojis. It's Calvin and it's Paul. 15 under for the both of them. Eagle. I played with Eagle and Paul, so I saw a lot of the same. Lot of birdies out there. Look at those lead card numbers. It's not even real.
And Drew having to make that putt on the last hole to secure his place on the lead card with such an impressive round. You just saw what a great round looks like, and that barely snuck onto the lead card. The sprint is off. We're on our way. 2020 season has started.
Yeah.
And man, if you don't bring the birdies, you can go home.
Thanks to the Founders Club. Check out the new Big Sexy release on JomezPro.com/Big Sexy. We will see you guys back at the fountain for round 2.
Thank you.